bring it up to see when it goes live. And I should be live.
I think the macros might be messing up today. I could be wrong.
Cool, we're live. Risu, if you fucked with something, because what did you fuck with? You fucked with something.
I didn't fuck with anything.
I can't use it on Yasana. I can use it on anyone else. So you fucked with something.
I didn't? Unless the token became
It's not unlinked,
profile.
regardless. Hey everyone, welcome back to another session of this. Minor technical difficulties at the start aside, and apologies for that. Gonna be getting into things. So first of all, just making a mention, I'm probably gonna be going to every other week because free time, what is it? It does not exist. Let me try one more thing before we get into this, because I'd rather her be able to use her damn initiative.
Okay, what did you do? But not the. Okay, which means I have to keep the sheet open on my. Damn
There's
it.
something fucked up with the sheet then, because I can use the NPC initiative, but not the normal initiative. So something is fucked up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll just have to use the sheet initiative for it. Oh well. Anyway, so the housekeeping at the end is pretty much resolved. Gonna be going forward. And as of last time, let's get everyone over to the world map for current sake. I should have taken better notes on everything. So last time had the group itself get reacquainted, or rather acquainted in most cases. Excuse me. You were asked pretty much to go out on a job by Paige once she got some information from like a wounded elf who they were waiting medicine on. Learned that the medicine, I don't want to say caravan, the medicine couriers were late, and the party was sent out to retrieve them, and found out. Well, first of all, the Baron Count Klaus. Let's go with Ash. Let's go with the leader. It's so much easier to say Baron, but he has developed a few new interesting contraptions through various means and others, and that the only of the two couriers, only one survived, and you managed to rescue her from a few very interesting modified wolf-like and warg-like beasts, and get her back to safety with the medicine. Question that you learned that there's a lot of weird shit going on. First of all, apparently what is supposedly a thunderbird flying about in the sky, which was attacked and hindered by a large group of harpies, though you weren't able to find much more information on that aside from they're potentially being hired by someone interesting. Got the medicine to the elf and had her more or less back up to a decent health level. And when questioning her to get the information that Paige wanted, well, she gave a bit of information. Primarily that she was hired to help out Korrikin, which is extremely odd to begin with, considering as far as everyone has known in the scene of this particular odd orc-like race, they only really like fighting and everything else, whereas this group was effectively kidnapping in a way, but it'd be more accurate to say, I suppose abducting would be the best words, but who they were abducting was a group of people who are known as the Stormcallers, which was a clan of sorcerers and such down towards more the southern lands, who were they can control storms more or less, and the Korkin were abducting them away from effectively prison camps. And the elf, Nomi, has no clue what happened to her after that, because she was attacked and actually found several, I think it was like about 100 miles north from where she should have been when all this came up. And the party at this point was asked to head down and try to investigate where she was in the Korkin, since Beyond them acting odd, Paige, the current player, has suspicions that they know enough about what's going on and just figuring out what they're doing, since it is very out of the ordinary. So as it stands now, I believe the party was intending to rest up for about 2 or 3 days, so Naomi would be back to proper health, since she agreed to join the party and go down to help them find things. She'll at some point mention that she is a druid of the land, forests particularly, and was effectively hired because she was good at healing, much more utility magics, pass without trace, among other spells. I don't know how much people are going to be wanting to do in these 2 or 3 days. The main thing you're waiting for, I believe, is the apparatus to be returned, since that was being used to explore a bit of deep ocean stuff, and it will return at the end of the 3 days. So what would people probably be doing in that 3 days other than just getting around and checking on things?
Any of you guys still?
Personally, I have nothing major to work on. Probably just make sure the elf and everyone's safe for most part of it. Pretty much summary of it. Marquis, whatever he is nowadays.
He's not a marquis yet. Yeah, he's not a marquis yet.
I would probably be hanging around in the tavern, spending time with Azul, being better at darts than everyone, because I'm very good at darts apparently now.
All right, so for those of you who are doing around, and I'm assuming Fluffy or
I
Delia,
can't think of anything else that I would actually
yeah, so
be
she'd
doing.
probably just be wandering around for the most part, fighting and whatnot. Nothing too particular. There wouldn't be anything explicitly of note going on. I'd say Shiki would probably notice that Paige seems to be pacing around at points when she sees her, as though she's like she's trying to figure something out. Like things don't quite add up to her. She's just trying to figure it out. By the third day, Nomi will be in about a good enough condition to travel. The apparatus will be returned.
Well, land crap.
Yeah, yeah. The Baron will personally see it taken over to the Raven's Wing Tavern, at which point
I hug the leg.
and he just kind of shakes his head at her and makes a mention to he'll go get Paige and let her know that this is a returned and that they could all head out right about now before going back to work on his business.
This, my dear, is an all-terrain personal vehicle of mine. It can shrink down to the size of a barrel and pop back up to its original form in a matter of an instant. It's also extremely waterproof, being able to reach depths of
It's
Really
a
deep?
crab.
I haven't tested completely how deep it can go. Yeah, you're gonna be able to outrun it, or at least keep up.
It's only 30 feet for every time you pull the lever, but the thing to keep in mind is it does not need to stop. It does not get tired.
Well, in that case, I guess I'll just shut the door and just keep going on my merry way then. With anyone else who wants to come in.
Nomi will kind of just look it over. It's like, and this is one of the things you built? I didn't know tinkering could have been done for this.
I'm from a different land entirely.
I might just walk myself.
Did I also mention it's arrow proof and bite proof and punching proof and pretty much proof of most things?
I just
Like-
look at everybody and just start
Is
walking.
it acid proof?
Wow, these guys are weird. It's got windows, dummy. Well, I guess I'll carry on ahead.
Yeah. We'll be walking. You make sure the thing keeps up.
The only difference is, as I said, it doesn't need to
I know
stop.
Yasana can.
Yeah, so like so long as like you trade shifts with one person continually operating it, it would go faster overall. But that's the only difference there. So heading out then, right? All right. So what's your first destination going to be? Yeah, you are heading south, but I mean, like, where are you actually intending to stop to do things?
Were we gonna stop at Hilltime, or were we just gonna keep going?
All right, yeah, because those were the two primary destinations. Silwood, of course, being where pretty much everything was going on. That is effectively where the largest camp is that's holding the Stormcallers, and where the Gorkin were being the most active around. Hildheim is where Nomi was found, though, by Paige and her compatriots, which is far away from Silwood, and she was just kind of left there, poisoned or diseased or whatever it is that was affecting her. All right.
Now, also, I'd like to mention, I can cut through the land. They would have to walk around in this
You
thing.
could effectively cut through in most cases, though it would be easier a lot of the time to go through, like, to stay along the paths, because, like, you're not going to cut through a mountain.
Hmm. Man, what is the point of this thing then? You guys are idiots.
All right. All right, so you're heading down to Hildheim. So Jade, or yeah, I'll have Jade do it since she's the ranger. As you're going along, the first few days are going to be without any real issue. Go ahead, roll me a survival. Man, those rolls. First few rolls go without any real issue. You do come across the point where, though you kind of been hunting a little bit for food and yourself, you just kind of you look around and there's a lot less food in this particular area as you're going through. Not so much. Yeah. Yes, well, not everyone can live off of berries. Yeah, so it's like in this event, you could just use the good berry to survive in that case, and it wouldn't be an issue.
I pull out one of my rations, aka the Azul lunchbox.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure much with the ranger things there. For the most part, though, the trip going down doesn't seem to be too terribly bad. Ground's still a bit muddy here and there. Animals, for the most part, seem to avoid the party as a whole.
It's probably because of the big old land crab.
Though it's not really a bad thing per se that the animals aren't trying to attack you or whatnot. And you get down further and further along the roads. You do, at some point, pass a caravan, which is heading north, and they kind of just pull off to the side with their horse-drawn carts. They just kind of stare, primarily at the apparatus, seeming very confused. Where are you coming from? And north. What would be north? And one of the other, it's another human. It's the driver of one of the carts. Just kind of shouts out, "You know what's up north? That town Ashenport with all the crazy devices going on." Yes, yes, right. We don't go that far north. Just we'll just wait for you to pass before keep going. And everyone in this caravan seems to be keeping an eye on the apparatus, mostly because they've never seen it before. You may.
We're actually looking for information. If he could be of assistance.
It's lucky the cannon don't work.
It doesn't have a cannon.
Yeah, not yet.
As far as you can see, they're just kind of wary about this thing which they know very little about, which is as humans are wont to be. All right, Yasana, you had something you were saying? You just muted yourself?
I did because kids started to make noise right
I was expecting you were going to be making a comment there, and then you just muted yourself.
Sorry, I was intending on muting myself. Trust me.
All right, so you were looking around, or you were wanting to ask something, I believe?
What we're looking for is information regarding someone who is found in extremely dire health in the nearby area.
Well, this area is pretty rugged and dangerous. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that someone might be found in dire health around here.
All you hear coming from the crabs like, I think you need to be a bit more specific.
We're actually because
I
I don't even want to know anymore. Well, what we're looking for is there was an elf who received injuries and illness in the nearby area, and
Hmm.
yes,
For the record, you're probably towards the mountains, towards Hildheim. You're not quite there yet. The caravan master kind of just tilts his head as he looks at you. I know nothing about specific people would be hurt out here. Can't really help you much there. And if you don't mind, we should probably keep going. We do have a schedule to keep. And he'll kind of just tilt his head and he'll kind of motion back towards the caravan itself. And you see that there are a number of armed guards, short swords, shields, long sword, a few bows, or crossbows particularly. Bandits are one threat, though mostly the wild beasts up here. I expect you would know coming from the far north.
don't scratch the paint.
And he kind of nods and he kind of wanders around. He's muttering himself as he goes.
Man, you're. What's the fun in that?
You also realize there's no speakers on it, so you were just yelling.
Hey, we had a time skip. You don't know what I've done.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying there's no speakers on it.
I hate you so much.
Keep in mind, you did not actually make this.
I know.
And the design for it is extremely sophisticated. You could
could've.
probably have done some things with it if you dedicated most of your time to working on it with nothing else.
God
But you
damn
were
it.
out adventuring, you were
God-
working on other things.
God damn it, Silver.
You may.
I don't think I've said it.
I was hoping somebody would call her
I
out
think
on
I'll
that.
join on that.
I don't even.
What the fuck? That was really weird. That was really, really weird.
What?
Must be. All right, so Jade, Yasana, Shiki, if you would like, roll a deception.
Oh well. I will say on the matter. She just said it's hers.
She ain't
And
winning.
you can tell that both she did not make this herself, and as far as it being hers, it seems to be more of a effectively finders keepers deal. Okay.
Best
Ugh.
buddy. Best buddy. Good friend made it.
All right. In the next few days, or however long it's going to take, I didn't work out exactly how long it would take. It probably only takes you a few days to get down here. You make your way down, and you eventually reach the edge of Hildheim. Move you down to show that you're basically in there. Hildheim is this map. the city of Hildheim is effectively built into. I put you on the map, right? I did. Good. Is effectively built into the edge of a mountain. A few things that would have been mentioned before you headed out, since you were heading this direction, is you would have been made a note that the ruler of Hildheim, as I believe I stated this was the capital of the region. I should double check that. I want to make sure my notes are all adding up to the same thing. Gotta make sure. Yes, capital is Hildheim. So it's kind of a fortress-like area. It's using most of the mountains around it as they tower up, as it going into a bit of a valley where the town is, a large wall blocking that out. There's a few farms and such on the outside. The majority of everything is inside. And you would have made a mention that the person in charge of this is a dwarf king of sorts. He's not explicitly royalty from the Redwall Mountains, more like a self-styled king himself, but at the same time, as he's kind of gone into this unknown area and set everything up, there's not really a lot of people that can be used to dispute this.
So he's an egotist.
He kind of is. At the same time, he's also pretty powerful, and the link he does have to Redwall Mountains is he was a decently high-ranking member of the military. So there's quite a bit of a military here as well, though it's of his own design. Mix of humans, a few dwarves, basically anything he can get his hands on. You're probably still a little bit outside. Are you planning to do anything? Excuse me. Anything with the apparatus before you go in, or are you just gonna walk it in?
No, I'm gonna barrow it up.
All right, and where are you gonna barrow it up?
I don't know. How big is this barrel anyway?
It would be a large barrel, so pretty good size.
Probably about your size.
No.
Too heavy. Way too
God,
heavy.
It's too big,
guys-
too heavy. Like, you would not be able to get it into the opening of the bag.
Guys, what do we used to do with it before the time skip?
You used to hide it. You barreled it and hid it.
I'm basically gonna do that then. We don't have that anymore. I don't think unless the gnome Nomi wants to guard it.
I'm checking what those are because I think the portable hole would work. I would say the portable hole would work, though it wouldn't be able to take much more in it. Like, it would take up a good size of the portable hole.
It's only temporary.
Yeah, so that would probably be a workable solution if you want to put it in the portable hole.
I
If I
wasn't
let
planning for
barrel
too
it.
much in there, so might as well.
dunk.
Kinky. Kinky.
Huh?
Yeah.
I actually need to get myself one of those.
All right, and from there, you're just going to head up towards the city's gates. As you start to get closer to the city's gates and you look around, you see that there is quite a large caravan here. Most of them seem to be carrying the same sigil going through. Nothing that you've seen in this particular region. Definitely seems to be from some other part of the world.
Can I roll history on this?
You may. Anyone who wishes may.
History. Bop.
Man,
But-
that lag for Yasana. All right, so I'm gonna say Shiki. Like, you look at it, but it kind of just slips your mind at first, but then you realize probably 10 seconds later. The other two looking at it realize this almost instantly, as it's actually a pretty prominent symbol. That's the insignia of the Kingdom of Haven.
Also, hey, Jeeves, did we get XP from last session? Because I'm just looking at my sheet now.
I don't think
Oh, 'cause
Yeah, I honestly don't remember, and it's not gonna matter now because you did one encounter, and I don't think you're gonna get enough to get close to a level up this time.
No, I was just looking at it. It's like I got things like, did we have an account? Yes, last time. It's like, oh, we did.
All right, but yes.
I
Yeah.
guess Silver just forgot.
Yeah, as for the caravan itself, it doesn't appear to be mercantile in nature. It appears to be something else, and there's at least one rather well designed or like well decorated and fancy caravan car. Almost you get the feeling this one would be more for nobility's use.
uh,
You get the feeling that this is a very ceremonial type ordeal. Whatever's going on here, it's like something more ambassador related or something to that effect. Though, without actually asking, there's not much more you can tell.
I reckon I one of the
Actually,
guards.
approach the caravan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shiki's already over there.
yeah. All right, so you go up to the caravan. There's a number of humans and elves, and most of them or the elves especially, kind of look a little uncomfortable being this close to a primarily a dwarven city. Half elves as well, of course, because, well, they're humans and they're elves. Why wouldn't there be half elves?
Right?
Afternoon, sir. Was it morning? Crap.
And one of the looks more like a older human gentleman carrying a has a large what did he have? He had a pole arm. And he kind of just looks over
Halberd.
down towards the group, kind of addresses them. More stragglers coming in.
Actually, no. I'm more curious about the caravan here from Heathen.
We're doing a
Jesus.
little bit of work in the area ourselves. We're just
Uh-huh.
asking what the roads are like to the south of here if you're coming from that area.
No, we didn't come from the south, really. Just kind of came straight here through the east.
So what's actually with the caravan coming here? There seems to be at least someone fancy coming through, but look from the that one caravan there.
Yes, there's something going on with nobility hereabouts. I didn't bother to really ask the details. I'm just doing what I'm told.
Do you know who is in the caravan? Sorry, it's just that I know a few of the higher ups in Haven.
Do you know? I apologize. I'm flipping through this book because I'm trying to remember what fucking page all the nobility ranks are on. Because I want to have this be an. She may roll stealth. All right, you'll be able to stealth over there pretty easily. I don't think anyone will be able to notice you with that particular roll. What are you looking for? All right, in the main caravan, you look inside. There's nobody obvious at the first glance inside of it. Nobody at all from first glance. It looks to be completely empty. Best you can tell, it seems to have only be really meant to hold two people at once, or to like really transport two people. It's not really meant for like a huge caravan per se. You may. All right, looking inside, you see among the things left inside there's really only one thing of note outside of like generic what you would expect out of nobility, and that is there is a maul sitting up against one of the doors. It looks somewhat magical. At the very least, it's in some pretty good condition. Yeah,
Well,
yes. Finally found the freaking page.
yeah.
A war master or just a higher up? In this day and age, without not having weapons in itself is a danger. You know that as well as I do. It could be a bodyguard.